It's Friday, it's 5 p.m. I'm Tom Selway, and this is Iris Live. We're halfway through the festival, and we're having a marvellous time. And we hope you are too, whether you're watching at home or at the Co-op Happy Hour, sponsored by Wrexham Lager and Evan Evans Brewery. As well as our usual visit to the Golden Cross with David and the social media hub with Holly, tonight we are joined by Yi Wang, who is the director of partner festival Queer East, and Lisa Power and Siobhan Farhi are here to talk about the Rebel Dykes takeover at Chapter this Sunday. And of course, we'll see how Derek and Orla got on their way to Cardiff. That's interesting. But first, let's see the action from the last 24 hours at Iris.
I started Iris when I was about 15 and I was a young jury member, and it was a really lovely experience, like meeting other young people who were interested in film and all getting together and discussing which films we wanted to choose. So yeah, it was a really lovely experience, and I'm so happy and excited to be part of the festival this year.
This is my first time at Iris Prize, and I'm super excited to be here because it's one of the best festivals out there, and I'm just so honored to actually have been chosen for the best British film category, nominations, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's really amazing to actually be at a festival in person and to be with other filmmakers and to actually see things in a cinema. It makes all the difference, and Iris is just such a special festival to be a part of, so really, really grateful to be here.
We have just been filming rather ridiculous comedy scenes with Heather Small.
Oh yes, we've all been in bed together.
But that's all we can say for now. But if you want to watch more, watch Iris Live every day between now and Sunday.
Fun to talk about things and watch some of our music videos on the big screen and some of our favourite music videos, and yeah, it was great. As well as we got to see your little TV show thing that you were doing. That was mental. It was like being on the One Show. It was honestly so cool. There was a bit that was like a movie where I mean, you were there. There was a monitor broke, and then they were like, "We got 10 seconds," and then came back on at the last minute. I was like, "This is like fucking Hollywood." It was really cool, man. It was a great experience.
Nice comments from the guys from Heights. I really appreciate that. That was very nice. Now, a documentary that follows a community of friends in 1980s post-punk London who meet at the Greenham Common Peace Camp and go on to become game-changing artists, performers, musicians and activists is screening at Iris this weekend. Rebel Dykes premiered earlier this year at BFI Flare, and I'm delighted to be joined now by Lisa Power and the documentary's producer, Siobhan Farhi. Welcome to you both. It's great to have you here. Siobhan, have you literally just arrived in Cardiff?
I have just literally arrived from Glasgow, flew in just minutes ago.
Well, that
Straight
is...
to come here.
That's very
Nice
glam.
to see you.
Very
yes,
glam.
very glam.
And this is your second time at the Iris Festival?
It is. I came here with a short film a few years ago. Yeah, that did really well. But yes, yeah, so very, very excited and honoured to be coming here with the feature film Rebel Dykes.
Yes, and there's quite a buzz around this already, of course.
I hope so.
I mean, Lisa, you're obviously a friend of Iris. You've been a long-time friend of Iris. Yeah. And am I right in saying that you're actually hosting Siobhan this weekend?
I am.
Lucky me. She's my guest.
Good accommodation there. How does it feel for you, Lisa, to be back at Iris in person?
I love Iris, and it's the first time I've actually appeared in an Iris film, so I'm kind of like, well, hey, it's absolutely brilliant. I just set the historical scene for it. I'm a bit like the Mary Beard of lesbian history, you know.
But it's going to be so exciting to be in an audience, watching the film together. What are you most excited about that experience?
Well, I have to agree. Our film's doing incredibly well around the world. It's been accepted at 50 festivals in 16 countries. But this is the first time we've actually come to a festival. So this is means so much to us. It means me and the two directors arriving tonight, and we're so excited to be here.
What can we expect from that takeover at Chapter this weekend?
Well, I imagine there'll be lots of dykes, there'll be lots of beer drunk, you know us dykes. There'll be a lot of fun, we'll have a lot of conversations. I think the film it's a comedy, really. It's a comedy, sexy. It's an over 18. Not many documentaries are over 18.
No.
So it's an over 18 documentary, so it's raucous and rude, and I'm hoping that the people who come along will be in that mood and we'll just have a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's some of the most brilliant women I've ever met, and still rebel dykes to this day, aren't you?
And all of them still doing incredible things,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, all artists. And
What about the construction of the film then? Was that quite a pain-free experience? Was it quite challenging?
I don't think any filmmaker would ever have a pain-free experience. It's very difficult making films. And our film was made with the community, so we made it with the funding from the community. It's taken us 6 years to get here. We collected archive. Harry went back and did a master's in animation so that they could animate the film, one of the directors. But it's been also absolutely wonderful all the way. We've sort of created a community around the film of younger dykes who've become involved and become big supporters of it.
Was there a moment that when you saw what you were pulling together and you realised that actually this is very special what you've compiled?
I'll be honest, I always knew it was.
Yeah.
I always knew it was. I'm the producer and the directors, I've always known how incredibly talented they were, more than they ever did. So I've always known that this is what I've always wanted, been my ambition, that one day we'd be at Iris and hopefully winning a prize.
You never know. So I take it you're going to be here for the awards on Saturday?
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that. Is there anything else about the week, Lisa, that you're looking forward to?
I always look forward to the parties, let's be honest. It's a great film festival, but it's also just a great knees up, frankly. And it's lovely to meet people from all over the world discovering Cardiff. Yeah. Actually, for me, that's one of the great things, because I discovered Cardiff a couple of decades ago, and I want everybody else to know how brilliant it is. And now I want them to know how brilliant Siobhan's film is, because it's a piece of lesbian history that's been hidden. And it's a noisy, lovely, stroppy piece of lesbian history, and we deserve to have it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much for coming in today to talk about it. Best of luck for the weekend. Please enjoy the rest of the week in Cardiff. And hopefully we'll see you again soon as well. Thank you both.
Lovely.
So now we're going back to the Golden Cross to hear from the Iris 21 short film programmer, David Llewellyn.
You'll occasionally spot programmes of short films at Iris that are named after songs. Young Hearts Run Free was a hit by Candy Staton, but it really summed up the energy that some of these films have. For me, the two standouts were probably Before the Eruption and Bondi. Before the Eruption follows a group of young men on their way to the beach with their transgender friend M, and is a poetic story of friendship and acceptance.
Mira este. Este ya se metió. ¿Qué?
Bondi is a riot of colour and fun, and it follows another group of friends as they go out for a night on the town in Sao Paulo. It's flamboyantly queer in a way that I think is almost defiant in the age of Bolsonaro and the political situation in Brazil for a lot of LGBTQ people. All of these films for me encapsulate something special about being young and queer and making my way out into the world. I hope you enjoy them. See you again on day 4.
Thank you, David, for those reviews. And now, I really can't wait for this. We're going to catch up with Derek and Orla. Let's see how they begin getting on as they arrive in Cardiff.
Right, we've arrived in Cardiff.
Oh, I'm so excited I could wet myself.
Now what?
Now we find Berwyn.
I thought we were looking for Iris.
No, Berwyn.
Isn't it some woman called Iris?
No, Berwyn.
Iris.
Berwyn.
Iris.
No, Berwyn.
It's Iris.
Berwyn. Oh.
wait for me! Right, Derek, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to track down our all-access pass.
Okay, you look for Berwin.
And you look for Iris.
Break.
I don't think I do.
You don't know Berwin?
No.
To the Iris Film Festival.
No.
Have you seen Berwin?
Or Iris.
Do you know who Berwin is?
No idea.
Well, if you see Berwin, can you tell him
That we're looking for him and that we're here.
We're
desperately seeking
Berwin.
Iris.
Berwin.
Iris.
Berwin! So, Derek, this is Cardiff Castle, and I'm sure that Berwin's going to be here because, after all, Berwin is Queen of Cardiff.
Should we bow or?
I'm Queen of London, though.
Right, maybe if we just stay here, someone will come along and show us to our room.
Well, I did reserve the Queen's apartments.
Anyone?
If I could find a way, I'd take back all words that'll hurt you.
We seek him here.
We seek him there. We seek Berwin everywhere.
Right, Orla. Come on, time to go. Nope, not in there.
I told you to leave the guards alone. Berwin, is that you?
He's looking at me funny.
Follow the bear.
Look, Orla, Berwin's over there.
So this is Cardiff Bay, and it used to be the docks. This is where I first met Berwin.
Yeah, what used they call you?
They used to call me the porthole, and Berwin the Queen Mary. It was all very different back then. Berwin!
Derek and Orla do a gentle river cruise. Welcome to our river cruise. Orla.
Yes?
We really have to get hold of that all-access pass.
When it says all access, does it mean, you know, all access?
Orla, show me the map. Show me the map. Orla, give me the map.
No, no.
Orla, give me the map.
No.
Give me the map. Oh. Orla, this is a shopping list of what you want from the co-op.
We've all got to eat.
Orla!
Berwin? Berwin?
Berwin.
Berwin?
Iris.
Berwin?
Iris.
Oh!
Oh,
Iris! Iris!
Hello, Berwin.
Hello, Berwin.
Berwin.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi, Berwin.
No.
Is this Iris?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, well, we'd like to pick up our all-access passes, please.
Yes, of course. What's your name?
Nothing.
Nothing? We need a name, sorry. What's your name?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Orla, nothing?
All or
Oh,
nothing.
okay. There we go, Orla.
Oh, lovely, thank
And
you.
Derek Murphy.
Oh, no, don't give him his... No, he's not Derek, he's not Derek.
Not Derek?
Yes.
Yes, there we go.
To the festival!
To the festival!
Thank God we managed to get our all-access pass.
Oh, yeah, we'll just have a little disco nap before the festival later. My feet are killing me.
You do realise us access all area with passes does not include my bedroom.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, that's something, wasn't it? Right, we'll be right back with more from Iris Live right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
starts today.
Welcome back to Iris Live. Time for social media now with Holly. Welcome back, Holly.
Hello, how are you?
I'm recovering from last night, let's put it that way. It was a good one, wasn't it?
Quite a busy night last night, wasn't it?
Ever so slightly.
With the gig,
Yeah.
which was amazing, and also with the UK premiere screening of Firebird, which Johan really enjoyed. He particularly enjoyed our yesterday's guest, Tom's performance. And if you did miss it last night, there is another opportunity to see Firebird tonight at 8:30 at Premier Cinemas, and Tom and Peter will also be doing a Q&A after that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely worth attending. I think that Q&A is going to be really good. The guys were so great talking about the film yesterday, so if you can, go.
Get that at 8:30 tonight. And of course, yesterday we also had plenty of shorts as well as features. International shorts were happening at Premier Cinemas, and over at Chapter, it was the British shorts where Jared was watching, and we are sure that one of Jared's short films will end up on the screen in the future.
Nice.
We also love seeing the other filmmakers supporting one another. So the team from Birthday Boy shared that they were watching Dragged Up yesterday.
Nice.
And Claire, who was hosting yesterday at Chapter, shared this very heartwarming tweet about the atmosphere yesterday. And I popped down there before the last screening, and it really was special to be back at Chapter and very cutchy. It was a nice Irish cut.
I like that word. Yeah,
It
she was.
lovely.
We were chatting earlier this week, and she was very, very excited about it. And I think quite emotional, like most people attending. Everyone just coming back together. It's quite a lot to take in, actually, isn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah, so many faces that are familiar
Yeah.
and all in one room, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
You're
it
right,
is.
overwhelming. But the filmmakers are also finding time to enjoy Cardiff. So Peter and Tom went straight from the Iris Live sofa yesterday to Cardiff Castle.
Lovely.
Sadly didn't bump into Derek and Orla there.
Or lucky for them.
And obviously it's the Iris tour, because Tom also checked out the Animal Wall.
See, what is it about this Animal Wall? People love that wall.
They do love that wall, yeah.
I think it's very Narnia. It all feels like it's all going to come to life at some point,
Yeah, I think it could, but those animals, especially that bear that Orla was talking to, some of
Every little
them,
bear.
I'm not sure I would want them to come to life. And more filmmakers, of course, are on their way. Neil, who directed Sam, shared this snap from the train yesterday. So it's all very exciting. Everyone's arriving. We, of course, couldn't do this without our fabulous volunteers. And Craig shared this selfie yesterday of him and Heather Small, who obviously is everywhere at the festival.
She gets around, isn't she? Yeah, but she's been so great with everyone. And I just want to take a quick opportunity to say again how much we really appreciate the volunteers. They've been so, so great this week.
Yeah, they've been incredible. We couldn't do it without them.
They
So,
really
of course,
couldn't.
tomorrow is the awards, and then we're back here on Sunday for a full roundup of everything. So if you want to share your thoughts about Iris 2021, please get in touch with us on Twitter and Instagram at Iris Prize and on Facebook at Iris Prize Festival.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Holly. We'll be right back with more from Iris Live, so don't go anywhere.
If you have the ambition, we will give you the inspiration.
Welcome back to Iris Live. Now, Yi Wang is the festival director and programmer for Queer East. Queer East is a London-based cultural organisation that aims to shine a spotlight on LGBTQ+ stories from both about East Asia and from Southeast Asia, and amplify the voices of Asian communities in the UK. Yi is with me here in the studio, and I'm delighted that you're here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, it's our pleasure. It really is. So tell me, Yi, now the Queer East and Iris good partner festival. Delighted that you're here. There's going to be a screening, I understand now, of Goodbye Mother.
Yes.
What can you tell me about that film?
Yeah, so I think Goodbye Mother is about family, which is the theme of this year's Queer East Film Festival, just happened last month in London. And it's about a story about Van, who is a young man, comes back to his hometown in Vietnam after 9 years from the US. And he brings his friend, Ian, who is actually secretly his boyfriend, and then they plan to come out and tell Van's mother about their relationship. But then a series of family events happen when both Van's grandmother and mother and basically the whole family start to urge Van to getting married and having kids. And this kind of challenge the relationship between these two guys and also his relationship with the whole family. Yeah, so it's a typical family drama, but I mean, who doesn't like family dramas?
Oh, we all got enough family dramas, I think, but yeah, you're right. I think the number one question that seems to come up this week is about being back in person and sharing films with people physically. How do you feel about being in an audience and seeing people watching the film? What does that mean to you?
I mean, of course, Iris is actually the first film festival I attend after these 18 months. I worked for our film festival last month, of course, but I mean, it doesn't count because like it's totally different when you work in the festival. And I'm really, really looking forward to be able to sit inside and chill and then watching a film with a bunch of strangers, which is like we never had that for the past years. And I think the power of film is like it creates a sharing experience for audience, and then I'm really looking forward to be able to actually talking about the film after the screening, and of course with drinks.
Yeah. And what is it like to be partnered with the Iris Prize Festival?
Yeah, I mean, Queer East is about promote the visibility of East and Southeast Asian queer communities. And that's why we set up this film festival in London. But we don't just want to limit this in London for audience in London. And that's why I think it's very important for us to be able to partner with Iris, because it's like the festival share the same idea and same ideology with us of creating a more diverse and inclusive film programming. And I looked up the program from Iris before, and then it's always amazed me that it showcases a wide range of films comes from across the world, and then telling stories about different experience, about different situations, and about different cultures. And this is why, like, I really appreciate this partnership because we are be able to bring these films to the audience in Cardiff, which we may not be able to do so before.
Absolutely. And of course, you're on the international jury this year.
Yes.
That's quite an experience, isn't it? How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's my first time, and I would have to say I really enjoyed watching those films, and it was very, very intense to watch all those films in such a short period. But like I'm amazed by the film selections, and I'm really looking forward to meeting the filmmakers in person and talk about their films. And I also enjoy the conversation between other jury members, especially when you kind of fight for your love films with each other. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to for the rest of the week in Cardiff?
Yeah, of course. Like I would really looking forward to catch as many films as I can because I do miss sitting in cinemas.
Yeah.
And of course, also like meeting people's, and then I imagine will be a lot of drinks.
Just a couple. We're quite reserved, but no, there are a lot of parties, obviously. But I think there's plenty of opportunity for you to have a great week. But listen, it's been really lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have a little drink at some point. And
of course.
You can tell me a little bit about the films you've been enjoying.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yi. Right, so tonight we've got the second screening of Firebird, followed by a Q&A with the team behind the film, and also the UK premiere of Bruce LaBruce's Saint Narcisse. And it's only one day more until we find out the winners of Iris 2021 at the Iris Awards. Don't worry if you didn't manage to get a ticket to be here in person. You can watch us online across the UK, and you'll find out who is going to take home the prize of £30,000 for the Iris Prize itself to make a new film sponsored by the Michael Bishop Foundation. I'll be there. Hopefully you will too. Until then, have a great evening. Bye-bye.